Hello, my name is Bill Jarrett, and this is Cisco Lab 4.2.3, Designing and Applying an IP Addressing Scheme. What we're going to do is throw a couple devices out here, so I'll start off by checking out a router, maybe a couple switches, and a couple PCs. The next thing we're going to do is connect them all together with some straight through cabling. According to my instructions, they want me to connect up host 1 to switch 1, and we're going to connect that from a straight through cable from our fast Ethernet to fast Ethernet 2. We're going to do the same thing over here. Fast Ethernet 2. Then we're going to come over here and connect this guy from 1 to 1. Connect this guy from 1 to 0. Alright. Clean up my image. Alright, looks like we already got some positive things happening over here. So the plan is we're going to create a network with two subnets of the same size, and we're going to verify the status of network connections. Okay, we've already connected all of our cabling. Now we're going to go ahead and go in and configure our router. So it says that we're supposed to establish a terminal emulation session from either host to router 1. Oh, hell, let's just grab a cable, plug them in. Let's check them into our router here. There you go. Then we can configure his host name, passwords, interface IP addresses, and subnet mask. And we're supposed to also configure RIP as the routing protocol and then save the configuration. Oh, that seems special enough. Passwords. Enable secrets, going to be class as usual, and of course console VTY passwords are Cisco. We have our IP address and our subnet mask already listed for me here in the table. So I'll go ahead and get started. Grab a hold of him. Router 1, good, looks great. Start by enabling the router. Now I'm going to try to go pretty fast here, so follow along if you can. Conft, sleepy as I am, it'll be hard going fast. Alright, host name. Doesn't give me it gives me a name of router 1. Oops, something's wrong here. Config. Oh, no spaces. That's what's wrong. Host name. Router 1. There we go. Okay. Whew. Next, enable. Password. Cisco. I'll read all this back to you in a minute. I'm just going to type. Okay, what I just did is I just declared my host name to be router 1, enabled password to be Cisco, enabled secret to be class, linecon 0, password is Cisco, log at login, and of course exited, set line VTY04, password Cisco, exit, line VTY 515, password is Cisco, exit. So that's basically what I just did, was set all those up. So now that we got all that out of the way, we can actually set up interface IP addresses, subnet mask, and configure RIP as the routing protocol. So now, since we're in global configuration mode, all I have to do is just simply go, let's see here, interface, FA, 00. We'll set his IP address. Oh boy, to be 192.168.1.66. Oh, no, 1.33. Sorry, look at the table above it. 192.168.1.33. Perfect. And with a subnet mask of 255.255.224. Excuse me if I go a little slower here because I have to read out of a table. And I don't want to mix them up. Okay, then we'll throw a no shut. Okay, looks great. We'll type exit. Now I'm going to configure another interface while I'm here. Interface FA, come back here again. FA 0/1. And again, IP address. It's going to be 192.168.165. The same subnet mask. Oh my goodness. Pardon me for yawning, but I am bored to tears. Okay, exit. Now we've configured both of our interfaces. Just double check and see what I else have to do before moving on. So we've configured our interface IP addresses and subnet masks. Oh yeah, now we have to configure RIP as our routing protocol. Oh my goodness. So I forget what I got to do. I think it's router RIP. Yay. I can remember the command for it. It's been a while. Doesn't say what version I'm supposed to be using. I'm going to assume version 2, but I'll put you on pause while I check. And after due deliberation, it just says RIP as the routing protocol, so I'm going to assume that to mean version 1. So we'll go ahead and end. Say copy, run, start. Since we're here, we might as well say show running config. Make sure that everything was put in the way that we wanted it to be. And as we can see, host name is router 1, secret enabled, password enabled is Cisco. See, fast Ethernet 00 is set, so is 01, interface of VLAN 1. No IP address has been set. It says router RIP. Okay. VLAN 1 didn't give me information about. Well, that's on. Comes later on switches, dummy. Okay. Password Cisco. Login Cisco. Cisco. Good, good, good. Okay, everything looks wunderbar. Next, alright, we've saved the configuration, so we can go to the switches now. So we can kill this. Let's go to our first switch over here, and it says that we have to establish a session from switch 1 from host 1, which is this guy right here. Configure the switch host name, passwords, interface VLAN 1, IP addresses, subnet mask, and default gateway. Wow, on switch 1, and then save the configuration. Alright, this sounds like loads of fun. So, come down here. Hasn't been named yet, so I'm going to call them switch 1. Alright. So first we'll enable them. I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the other one. Go into configuration mode, name him, host name, switch 1, and then set all the passwords just like on the router, exactly the same. So excuse me for a few minutes as I type. I'm going to put you on pause. Okay, we're back with all the same old garbage that we've been doing on every single exercise. They say practice makes perfect. Well, I ought to be a damn expert by now. I'm mumbling this crap in my sleep. Okay. So we set all the passwords just like we did on the router. On switch 1, we're going to do this on switch 2 as well. I'm not going to bore you with all the details. You've already been there. You've already seen it. If you want to look at it again, you can pause it and read all the commands for yourself. I really don't want to go on with it anymore as it is. So, we've set the host name, we've set the passwords. Now we're going to go set interface VLAN 1 and its corresponding IP address. So, let me go back up and look at my table real quick. Alright, VLAN 1. Oh, my goodness. Where are you at? Alright, so I come back over here. Type in interface, VLAN 1. Alright, now I can set the IP address for him. IP address, which is going to be 192.168.1.34 with a subnet of 255.255.254. Okay, and I can set the default gateway while I'm here too. So we say IP default gateway 192.168.1.33. Okay. And after setting all up, IP and subnet mask also already did that, that's router. VLAN 1, IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway on switch 1, save configuration. Yeehaw. Okay. So we can say end, copy, run, start. Alright, the next one is go to switch 2 and do the exact same thing that we just did. So I'll put you on pause again for a minute. Okay, we're back. I've configured switch 2 past the point where we enabled it, went to global configuration, and here's all the commands that I typed in for all that wonderful stuff. So you can see it for yourself. Again, host name, switch 2, enable password Cisco, enable secret class, linecon 0, password Cisco, login, exit, line VTY4, password Cisco, exit, line VTY 515, password Cisco, exit, and then of course our copy, run, start. Alright, so we've been through all this crap for the 1000th time. Now we're going to set up the interface for the VLAN again, which we've done before 1,000 times, so we're going to have to do it again. So this time we're setting up for, let's see, interface for VLAN 1, IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway on switch 2. So I'll go back to my table, and switch 2, there it is, right there. Alright, so interface VLAN 1, Oops, what did I do wrong? Oh, conf t. That might help. There we go. Alright, interface VLAN 1. Okay, first the IP address. We're on switch 2, so we gotta remember that. IP address for VLAN 1 is going to be 192.168. 1.66 with a subnet of 255.255.224. Need to double check and make sure. Switch to, yes. Okay, looking good. Going to hit enter. Outstanding. And since we happen to be here already, let's go ahead and set the IP default gateway. Get your hyphen. Gateway to be 192.168.1.65. Booyah. Done. Okay. See if I'm missing anything else. Alright. Configure interface IP addresses, subnet mask, also configure, and default gateway on switch 1. Alright, so I can save the configuration now. Excellent. And copy, run, start. Outstanding. Now, where are we at? Now we have to configure host 1 and host 2 using the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway from the tables. Alright. Host 1 and host 2. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this. Go back over here to host 1. First thing we're going to do is change his name to host 1. Okay. Go here to IP configuration. We'll go ahead and set host 1 to be 192.168.1.35. Subnet. This should be 224. Oh, missing a period. There we go. And then default gateway of getting tired. I'm cheating. .33. Okay. Next, go to PC2 and do the same exact thing. Well, first we need to set his name to be host 2. His address will be 192.168.1.67. Subnet should also end in .224. And its default gateway should be 65. All done. Okay. Last but not least, we have to verify connectivity, so we're going to try to ping host 1 from host 1 to host 2. So we know what his address is. And look up his address again, because I already forgot it. Host 2 IP address is 192.168.1.67. Paste that in there. Let's try them. And we're getting replies. Yay, everything works. Okay. Looks like we did everything correctly. Alright. Well, that's the last exercise I do tonight. I hope you enjoyed it.